birds moving through the sky. They're connected. They're going around obstacles and they're moving somewhere together. And for that to happen, there have to be these three behaviors happening. There has to be behavior of connection. Like we're in, right? We're not spinning off and taking off. We're staying together. We're sharing information so we can be kind of aware of each other, and we're open and transparent about that. And we're also know where we're headed. We like have something in the windshield that says, this is where we're headed, this is where we're not headed. So culture's not like this sort of just this vibe. We always talk about chemistry and magic of groups, right? It feels like magic when we have it. Like if you were to right now think about the best, most cohesive group you've ever been a part of, like you could close your eyes and you get a feeling like that, what it feels like to be with them. Those are like the peak experiences in life. But when you x-ray those, there are these behaviors underneath them. Right? What we feel is that buzz and that champagne bubble feeling of being with people we like to solve problems with, we like to work with, and that energy and selflessness you have in a group. But those champagne bubbles are caused by a thing. There's a thing underneath there, and that's safety, sharing vulnerability, and a sense of purpose. And those behaviors that build that thing are what's fun to tap into, because then you sort of realize, hey, I don't have to just like wait and hope for chemistry to happen. I don't have to sort of hope that this new team gets along and we do well on our project. I don't just have to hope that when my kids come home from college for Christmas, we have a great time together. There's actually a there there. There's like moves you can make, things you can say and do, and behaviors you can create and spaces you can create that help that happen. So it's a feeling that you end up getting, a feeling of like a little more control over the most magical, mysterious part of life, which is those relationships. Like that study said, like life is all about relationships. It's all about having those peak moments. And if you can tap into the like levers and tools that are causing those to happen, it's a really good feeling.
Yeah, let's talk about that a bit. I think one of the biggest challenges inside a company, a family, a group, a team, especially in the beginning, is that everyone comes with their own intentions and their own goals. Right? So someone may be turning up to this job just to pay their bills. That's all they want. They want nothing else to do with anyone or anything else. Another person's coming in because they're saying, well, this is a long-term career for me. I want to make a name for myself. I want to grow. I want to advance. And I want to get some goals at this company. Another person comes in and they go, well, you know what? I'm here because I actually want to learn so that I can extract what I know and then go do my own thing, right? So you have all of these different emotions, different intentions, different psychologies in a group. I guess my question is, how do you then start forming culture when everyone's coming for something completely different?
Safety is the foundation of everything. And people think that safety is about like swaddling people in cotton and making them feel comfortable, when actually it's all about voice. So if your group were to walk in, this group of diverse people that you're talking about, who have diverse purposes in their mind, diverse goals, the first thing you would get them to do is to say, tell me about that. Like, what do you want to do about this? There's a beautiful design company named IDEO that you've probably heard of that has this series of meetings before every team project. They're called flight meetings. And they say, hey, this is like taking a trip. We're going to have a pre-flight meeting. We're going to have a mid-flight meeting. We're going to have a post-flight meeting. And it's a little calisthenic they do. The meetings don't take long, but that's what they do at that first meeting. Like, what are you in for? What's going to give you joy out of this? What do you want to learn the most? And you create awareness. To go back to that flock of birds, like, you'll bump into each other if you don't know where you're at and if you don't know where you're headed. And the other big thing that happens in those first meetings is defining that North Star. Like, what are we really all about? Let's come to some consensus. You might be into the learning. You might be into the status. You might be into sort of the exploration and the joy. Let's find some language around it. Let's find some way to define what that is. And let's keep defining that. A lot of groups come together and they just sort of automatically say, well, our job together is to do a good job, right? Our job together is to succeed, whatever that means. But actually pausing. And this is where I think our work kind of overlaps in an interesting way. I think a lot of what you always talk about is awareness. Creating awareness in these moments, that it doesn't happen by accident. It happens when you take an intentional pause. I think what this culture playbook and this cultural skill set in general